In the spring of that year, Wenchang traveled to Hangzhou and leisurely paddled a small boat on West Lake. As he approached the pavilion in the middle of the lake, he suddenly heard loud crying from the shore. Curious, he paddled closer to investigate and found a 10-year-old girl sitting on an old fishing boat, crying inconsolably. After asking, Wenchang learned that the girl's father, a fisherman, had gone out with his companions early that morning. They encountered the Hangzhou prefect's large flower boat, which was carelessly speeding across the lake. The powerful boat scattered the smaller fishing boats. Her father, old and frail, was unable to get out of the way in time and was struck. Instead of apologizing, the prefect arrogantly accused the father of intentionally colliding with the boat and had him detained. Hearing the girl's story, Wenchang felt deep sympathy. He patted her shoulder gently and reassured her. "Little sister, don't cry. I have a way." Before he could finish, the sound of drums and music echoed across the lake, and the prefect's large flower boat arrogantly sailed toward the pavilion. Seeing the show of force, Wenchang's anger flared. Determined to confront the prefect, he took the girl into his boat and paddled swiftly toward the larger vessel, hoping to speak with the prefect. The boat cut through the water like an arrow, quickly closing the distance. As they approached the flower boat, Wenchang stood up and greeted it. To his surprise, the large boat ignored him and deliberately rammed into his small boat. There was a loud crash, and Wenchang's boat shook violently from the impact. At that moment, the prefect emerged from the cabin, arrogantly pointing at Wenchang and shouting, "Which madman dares to collide with my flower boat?" Wenchang, calm and composed, responded proudly, "I did not collide intentionally. It was your boat that rammed into mine. Moreover, as a scholar, how could I cause trouble without reason?" Seeing Wenchang's worn clothes, the eunuch assumed he was pretending to be a scholar. He sneered and asked, "Since you're a scholar, I shall give you a test. Write me a poem. Can you do that?" Wenchang smiled lightly and replied, "Writing a poem is not difficult, but first, I ask that you release the detained fisherman." The eunuch pretended to be embarrassed and said, "It's fine to release him, but you must use boat as a scene and boat as the rhyme, so the poem can be composed right away." Wenchang paused, then nodded in agreement. The prefect ordered pens, ink, paper, and inkstones to be brought. Wenchang took the pen, pondered for a moment, and began writing. He first drew a horizontal line, followed by another, and then added a stroke one after another, until the word heavens appeared on the paper. He then wrote 6 more characters following heavens. At this, the prefect burst into laughter, mocking, "So you are a fake scholar? Your true nature was exposed in the first test. You are full of knowledge, but all you can write is the character heavens." Wenchang smiled contemptuously and said, "There are many strange things in this world, and my poem with the word heavens is just one of them. Please do not laugh at me." With that, he quickly wrote the entire poem. "Heavens, heavens, heavens, the emperor has been mourned for only half a year. The mountains, rivers, and trees are all in tears, and the prefect sails alone on the West Lake." It turned out that Ming Shizong had just passed away, and the new emperor's accession to the throne was not yet stable. The entire empire was in a period of national mourning, and according to regulations, citizens and officials were expected to maintain solemnity and refrain from overly celebratory entertainment activities. Upon reading the poem, the prefect turned pale with fright. He realized that his leisurely enjoyment on the lake, with the sound of music and drumming, had violated the imperial mourning regulations. In a panic, He quickly ordered the release of the fisherman, halted the drumming, and hurried back to his boat. With a forced smile, he sent Su Wenchang away. Su Wenchang cleverly used the three heavens in his poem to address the situation. Not only did he manage to secure the release of the fisherman, but he also made the prefect realize his mistake. This story teaches us that when faced with injustice, we should have the courage to stand up and use creativity to resolve conflicts, rather than acting with brute force. It also emphasizes the importance of being observant, responding with tact, and using a calm, clever approach to earn respect and fairness.